going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Brilliant! That is schoolboy's own stuff. Oh, I bet even he can't believe it.
Good morning and good Friday to you. I hope you're all well. I don't know why I went that close. Good morning, guys. I hope you are all well. Welcome to this Friday episode of Good Morning Tottenham Away. I hope you guys are all fantastically well. Guys, no updates as yet regarding to the Tapsoba and the Van der Ven defensive situation. Whether we will sign one, neither, or both, it remains to be seen. I'm hopeful that we get them both over the line. I really want that to happen. I don't think one will be enough. I think both will be the ideal situation. Have you guys seen the amount of, on a different note, have you guys seen the amount of, on the Tottenham Hotspur media, Instagram and what have you, the amount of Ndombele video clips we are getting. I mean, talk about overload, man. We get it. I've always said, I'm not his biggest fan. You guys know this by now. I'm not his biggest fan, but look, no one denies or has ever denied his technical ability. I just don't think when the going gets tough, he'll be one of those that go missing the earliest. That's all I'm going to say on that. If we decide to keep him, if the manager decides he wants to work with him because he feels that he can get a tune out of him, I'll be the first. I will never, ever cheer against my own players. If he strongly believes in him and he thinks he can get a tune out of him, time will tell if he would be right on that case or not. The moment the manager decides we're keeping him because he's playing, I'll be the first one to cheer him on. No two ways about that. I'm just going by what I feel in this moment in time. My feeling, and has been for a while, and it was on Monday, what was it, Monday or Tuesday when we did, Tuesday when I did the panel show with We Are Tottenham TV. My feeling hasn't changed. It still doesn't change. My sensation and my gut feeling tells me we should sell and move on and get someone else that will be more suited for what we require, for what the team requires, for the moment that the club and the direction of the club that's taken. I don't feel he's the right fit from a character point of view. Time will tell. We shall see regarding that. The same way we shall see regarding the two defenders in question that we just mentioned earlier on. Let's hope after all of that is said and done, we don't end up just signing Longley. You've been filled with Tapsoba and Van der Ven every day, talking about signing one or both. To then end up with just Longley would annoy me. And also we'll hopefully to have a bit more news in regarding to the players that we're shipping out. But we talk about the Terminator. Let's go on and talk about the Terminator. By the way, what a great film. The Terminator is probably one of my favourite films. I'm more inclined to say Terminator 2 is probably better than the first. This is going to be like, I can see this, by the way, and it's nothing to do with football, but let's just go off topic a little bit. Terminator 2, I feel, was a really good sequel. And do you know what? A lot of these sequels of these classic movies have ended up being my favourite ones. And in this case, in talking about the Terminator, with Arnie, I thought Terminator 2 did a really good job on Terminator. The first one was quality. Really good film. But I felt the sequel was better, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts. Just off topic. It is summer after all. So we talk about the Terminator of the day. And here he comes. Ivan Perisic, guys. The latest news from journalist Gianluca Di Marzio is suggesting that Tottenham Hotspur defender Ivan Perisic is ready to move on this summer. The journalist tweeted, Ivan Perisic is close to returning to Croatia with hijack split. He should terminate his contract with Spurs soon in order to complete the move. The 34-year-old was signed last summer as an Antonio Conte signing, but he hasn't enjoyed his best season, and Tottenham also finished 8th in the division. Now, with the rebuild at Spurs underway, there seems to be somewhat of a clear out of the club. This could see players like Ivan Perisic depart. So, admittedly, Tottenham terminate his contract would mean they do not get a transfer fee for the player. With Perisic now 34 years old, losing him this summer would not be the biggest deal. His wages are £180,000 a week, and Spurs could have saved a lot of money on him. He also clearly doesn't want to stay at the club. New boss Postecoglou will not want players like this next season. It definitely looks best of all parties if Perisic was allowed to terminate his contract and end his career back in his home country, Croatia. No doubt Perisic, who was held as an unbelievable player, will go down as a transfer flop for Spurs if he were to leave this summer. The club have a big season ahead of them as they look to make sure. I can't read today. And look to make sure they qualify for Europe next summer. With new manager, Postecoglou is seen as a very attacking, progressive manager. There is hope that the club are in for an exciting campaign. Guys, look, for me, it's an easy decision to make. For me, yeah, you're right. He didn't have a best season. I don't think it's what we required. He's a wing back. We're going to a back four. I don't see him being used as a winger. We got Son and Kulusevski as the first teamers. We're bringing squad players in like Solomon. Richarlison can play there. We've got other players as well, like Brian Hill, that could occupy those wide areas should he stay. If not, I'm sure we'll bring in someone else. I just don't see where the fit of Perisic is, and with the rebuild ongoing, I just don't see how he fits in moving forward. He's a player that I'm not overly bothered about. On the wages that he's on, we did sign him on the free. I think we should let him go. Just terminate the contract, do a proper Arnie on him, and say hasta la vista, baby. Very simple for me. Let me know your thoughts, guys, in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, guys. The numbers are always on the up, and thank you guys every single day. That for those of you who's jumped on and recently subscribed, thank you guys. Appreciate it. Really truly appreciative of every single one of you that subscribe and views the content on the channel. For those of you who've been there from day dot, big up yourselves. Always a pleasure chatting with you daily and reading your comments below. Let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, forever always, come on you Spurs.
The first game we look for, Robbie. Tottenham away. When we got Tottenham away.